Right. Thank you very much. Okay. Very good afternoon to all. And today we will discuss about the another topic in metal cutting and forming. That is metal removal process. That it comes under module one. I hope you remember that I started from some other part of the module. That is on lathe, all these things. Okay. Now we'll do the next extension part, the metal removal. What is exactly a metal removal process? Okay. Let us see some definitions now. Introduction. The definition of manufacturing. The word manufacturing is derived from is a Latin word. It's a Latin. Manus, nothing but hand. Factus, nothing but made. Whatever you do, you made it through a hand. That is called manus. So that's the reason why nowadays manufacturing, nothing but it's something like a preparation. It's a preparing the things. Okay. Something manufacturing implies creating value to a raw material by applying useful mental and physical labor. Manufacturing converts the raw material to finished product to be used for some purpose. We all know that all these things is a fundamental definition. So whenever you convert any small when you convert any raw material to the useful product, the process is called manufacturing. So there are various manufacturing techniques that you can see it in the mechanical engineering industries. Okay, it may be the castings, or it may be forming, it may be forging. Okay, all this, it may be powder metallurgy, so it may be 3D printing, whatever it is. Okay, there are many n number of techniques are there. So any techniques, you convert the raw material to finished product. That is called process. That's the manufacturing process. So let us see in detail. So manufacturing system, a collection of operation and process used to obtain a desired product or a component is called manufacturing system. Of course, if you have to manufacture a, a small a water can or a water bottle, or it may be pen, pencil, whatever it is, you require in number of system, you require a system for that to prepare that, to manufacture, to process that. How you take the plastic, how you convert the plastic into pen, how you take that into a shape, all these things are required. The manufacturing system is therefore a design or arrangement of the manufacturing process. So similarly, there is a production system. Production system includes people, money, equipment, material, supplies, market management, and manufacturing the systems. So all these things put in together, it's called a production system. So we look at from the diagram, we can see that production system, it consists of a raw material. So it's a manufacturer, is some manufacturing process. It has got some tools to make the process, and there also maybe there may be one, not only a single process, maybe consists of, it may be n number of processes, maybe one process, two process, three process. If you want to produce a car, you cannot from scratch. You need to take raw materials. What are the raw materials? You require sheet metal, you require the tire, you require the engine parts. All these things you need a different manufacturing process. Or sometimes you need to do the welding, sometimes you need to make the pressing, you have to make the chassis, all these things. So welding, testing, chassis, pressing, forging, operation, drilling, fitting that nuts and bolts, and all these things put in together. Finally, you'll get a finished product called car. So, so what is that system? All this put in together. It is a production system. So the sequence of operations, sequence of process. Okay, one after other. What is the? It may be, it consists of people, because you require labor for doing all this process. You require investment for this, so you require money. So you require equipment. That is the tools you require, and the raw materials you require, and supply markets and management. You should know, not only if you have the money, material, all these things. You should know how to manage this. You should know how to produce this. You should know how to deliver this. You should know how to sell this. You should know how to market this component. All this put in together, it is called a production system. So this is some general definition. Hope you all there with me, right? Yes or no, John? Siddharth?
Sir, the
Yes. Thank you. So let us go to our core part, that is called material removal process. As I told in the last previous class, what material removal process? There are n number of tools available in our mechanical laboratory. Example, you can take a lathe. So it's a metal removal tool. You can by using the lathe, you can remove the materials, extra material. So this material removal process is called machining operation. Whenever you remove any material, that is called machining operation. When you know any extra materials, that is called machining operation. So what you will do in the machining, material removal by a sharp cutting tool. Example, turning, milling, drilling. If you want to make a hole to some component, okay, how you do that? You take a component to the drilling machine and you take the drill bit and you press it, whereas the workpiece is stationary and drill bit will be in the rotary motion. So whenever it rotates, it removes the material from it creates a hole and removes the material in the form of chips. So then you'll make a hole. So this hole or the size of the hole depending upon the drill bit size. Whatever the drill bit size, whatever the diameter is required, you can choose it from the drill bit. So similarly, milling operation, turning operation, all this process you remove the extra material. Means if I give a small rectangular piece and if I ask you to make 3 to 4 holes of some dia, okay, what you'll do, you take that material and fix it in the drilling machine, and you take the desired drill bit size and you fit it in the drill bit holder and you start operate. So like this. There is one more process called abrasive process. What is the abrasive process? This is called grinding. Whereas in the machining process, you will be going to remove the material in the form of chips, means something like a threads or ribbon kind of thing. Whereas in abrasive process, material is removed just by grinding. What is grinding? A small fine powder will come out of the material. Very good example, sharpening your knife. Whenever your mother use the sharp, right, the knife for cutting the vegetables, all these things. Sometimes what happens, it wears out. So what do? You take that knife, and there'll be one person will be coming in a week or in a month sometimes or in the some market area. So he is going to grind that. What that? He is going to sharpen. There's a one wheel called a grinding tool. You'll just pedal that, which is fitted to a bicycle, and you all know that. You all see that. Okay, when you do the what happens? You can see that small spark comes out, and also fine powder will fall out. Okay, what is that fine powder? That is called abrasive particle. Means that is a removal of material in the form of powder. Because of this abrasive particles, these abrasive particles will come and friction. Because of the friction between this knife and the grinding tool, the fine powders will come out. So these are the one of the process where you are going to remove the material. Next, non-traditional process method. There are n number of non-traditional machines. Nowadays, now the industries are focusing on non-traditional because non-traditional has a lot of advantage over traditional process. Traditional process is a little bit difficult process where you cannot make the complicated machining operation, whereas a non-traditional operation can make it very easily. It may be electric discharge machine, ultrasonic cutting, all this and laser, all these are non-traditional process. Now, is they are going to do it with a laser cutting. If you want to cut, otherwise in the traditional process you need to take a knife or you need to take an axa blade and cut it. But in the laser cutting, you can do it very easily. So all these process are called material removal process. All this process is called material removal process. So next, what are the objectives in this chapter? This chapter aims to provide the basic background of different types of machining process, highlights of understanding the important parameters which affect the machining of metal with their chip removals. Of course, you have seen the two lathe machine. There's a single point cutting tool. Whenever you do any operation, the chip will be come out from the material. So that formation, how it forms, how it cuts, all these things you are going to learn it in the objectives. So next, metal cutting and machining is a process of production workpiece by removing the unwanted material from the block of material. That's what I told. Next, major drawback of the process. You're going to learn about the machine tool and chips formation and what are the operations that can be performed on the lathe machine, drilling machine, milling machine, all these things. So already I completed the lathe, drilling, milling, all these things. But still, I wanted to make this the chip removal process is a very important thing technique that I'm going to discuss in the future in the next class. So what does exactly mean by machining now? Now we can tell that machining nothing but removal of material. Removal of material from the component is called machining process. Machining is the semi-finishing or finishing the process. It may be semi-finishing or it may be complete finishing, whatever it is. Whenever you remove some material from the object or component, that is called machining. So you should remember this fundamental. uh, definition. So next, why machining is so important? Variety of work materials can be machined, most frequently used to cut metals. Of course, when you go and stand near any small industry, mechanical industries, you can see that a number of people will be cutting with a gas cutter. Uh, they're going to do some welding operation. They're going to cut the material. Suppose, for a very good example, if you take an example, how to make a window frame, or if you want to make a, I think hope you all seen the gate, the steel fabricated steel gate of your house. How they manufacture? They will take the pipes, aluminum, or sorry, the steel pipes with a circular cross section or some rectangular cross section, whatever it is, and they're going to cut it from the cutter, and they'll join with the other material. They will take the shape. Okay, all these things they will put the nuts and bolts. They'll make the straight edge. They'll remove the straight edges. They'll make it in a different profiles. So all these things is done in the machining process. So you can see the example, straight turning, this can be done. All these are examples where you can do the machining process, where we do the turning operation from the lathe and making the slots, but also you can perform it on the lathe machine. And the cutting, the milling cutter will be there to make the surface finish straight. Means if you want to make a straight surface, this is the horizontal one, vertical milling machine. Okay. If you want to make a slot, bucket kind of thing, you can do that. Means something like a square section, rectangular section, class section, all this you can remove the material using this kind of tools. So in the lathe, normally the cylindrical workpiece will be fitted, and there are many number of operations should be done on this. Okay, the turning operation and the facing operation, all these things. Okay, so in milling, normally they're going to do it's plain milling, end milling, all these things. In drilling, they're going to remove the material. They're going to make a hole and enlarge the hole. Boring operation, all these things can be performed. Okay. So if you remember the first diagram, you can see that there's a sharp edge, single tip edge that is called single point cutting tool. Whereas if you go to the drilling machine, there are got n number of sharp edges. That is called multi-point cutting tool. Hope you are there with me, Siddharth.
Yes, sir.
In single point cutting tool, only one sharp edge will be there. From this edge will connect, this edge will touches the workpiece, and material will be removed from this whenever these two in contact in the form of chips. So all these are single point cutting tool, screwdriver, lathe machine tool, tip. Okay, all these are single point cutting tool. If you take example of drill bits, grinding wheel, all these things are multi-point cutting tool. They have got n number of cutting edges. So whenever you take the workpiece near them, it removes in a larger extent. So see here in the milling cutter, you can see n number of cutting edges. This is called multi-point cutting edges. See how they make? They make the surface finish with a flat surface. They'll make the slot. They'll make a blind hole drilling machine, right? Next, they have got dovetail, means something like a triangular kind of section, something form cutting, that is nothing but a U-shape cutting. All this has got multiple edges, multiple cutting edges. All these are called multiple cutting tools. All these are example for multiple cutting tools. So now axa blade, all these are a number of edges are there on the over the blade, right? That is multi-point cutting tool, right? So disadvantage of machining, wasteful of material. Of course, material will be wasted in the form of powders or chips, whatever it is. But and it takes a time consuming, very time consuming process. If you want to cut a material from the axa blade for a thickness of zero point 0.5 mm, something like this, it will take time. It is very time consuming process because and also labor you require a labor for cutting the machines. So lathe machine will get the chips. In the milling also you'll get the chips. In the drill bit, whenever you drill, you'll get the chips material. Chip means chip nothing but something like a ribbon kind of material, waste material, which is removed from the workpiece. And the shaping, grinding machine, all this you will get the material removed. Means excess material will be removed. So you see this. This is a single point cutting tool where you are going to use it in the lathe shop. whenever you're doing facing operation, turning operation, all these things. See, the body, the whole body is called shank. It's actually say something like a rectangular cross section at the other end. Whereas in the front side, you can see that there will be different profile. You can see that one sharp edge will be mounted. It is that sharp edge will going to cut the material. Okay, that is called cutting part. Can you see that major cutting edge? There's a big arrow mark there. That is called major cutting edge. That part is going to cut the material. Okay. Next, whole body is called shank. Okay. And before that, below that major cutting part, that is called major flank. That is called flank side. Okay, that is a flank side. And one more opposite to that cutting edge is called minor cutting edge. Okay, all this and the opposite side is called minor flank. So shank is the main body, flank is the surface or surface below the adjacent to the cutting edge. Okay, face, the surface of which chip slides is called face of the tool. You see that face of one face. What is that face? Means whenever this material cuts, these chips will flow over this. They slide over the surface. That is called face. So you need to remember this diagram, this single point cutting tool. This is a very important question for examination purpose. Right. So I'll go to this is one more diagram. You can see that. See, there is the face, shank, base, cutting side, major flank, and edge cutting. Whenever the edge cutting touches the workpiece, okay, so whatever the chips comes, it will flow over this U-shaped surface. This is right. This is the face. So whenever this touches the workpiece, the material, the cut, whatever the material, extra material, it will come out like this and flow over the shaft like this. Okay, this is the procedure. This is a geometry. This is from all three uh, sides. You can see that from the side view, from the front view, from the top view. From the top view, it looks like a small rectangular box where there's some nose radius it is given. Okay. From the front view, you can see that there's something like a boat shape. Can you see that? This is called lip angle. This is the rack angle and front view. If you remember this diagram, this is well and fine. You can write all three views, you'll get the marks. Okay. Please remember this diagram. So you'll have three views. It is very easy to remember also. Top view, front view, and side view. Side view, you can see that there's something like a peak here. So it is very easy to remember. So remember this diagram. Okay. So this is a orthogonal view. Okay. So relief angle. It prevents the side flank of the tool from rubbing against the workpiece. That's what. There will be relief angle. Relief angle will be made intentionally designed over the single point cutting tool. It prevents the slide over the flank. Means sometimes what happens whenever this cutting tool will be in touch with the workpiece, these chips will flow continuously over the surface. And sometimes because of the heat, this workpiece may come and stick because of the heat. Okay. To remove that, so they will make the profile with a U shape so that it will slide and it will come out. So that is called relief angle. There is a this radius part is called nose radius. That is a very important role. If what happens, greater nose radius provides the better surface finish. If you have the nose radius more means a little bit higher, but it will give the better surface finish on the workpiece. If the nose radius is very sharp, means very less, then it will get a rough surface on the workpiece. Okay. Next, how these tools are manufactured? How these tools are manufactured? These are tools manufactured with the eye carbon steels, okay, carbide tips tool, all these things. Sometimes diamond tip tools, all these things will be there in a heavy precision or a precision manufacturing. So tool designation or tool signature will be there. You cannot take a single point. You can ask in the shop for a single point cutting. You should have some. It has got some signature. It has got some designation over that. So what is that? Backside, side rake, side relief, end cutting, edge angle, side cutting, edge angle, nose radius, something like that. All these are mentioned. Something like the number will be printed over that. Number will be printed on the tool. 8, 14, 6, 6, 6, 15, 1 by 8, something like it means that alpha B is 8 degrees, something like this. It's a mean that the nose radius, side relief angle, all these are mentioned, the printed, embossed on this tool. So this is a sometimes there are two systems are there in the manufacturing. One is ASA system for tool angles. The angles are specified independently, okay, of the position of the cutting edge. Therefore, does not give any indication of the behavior of the tool in the practice. Therefore, in actual cutting operation, we should include the side cutting edge, principal cutting angle. So there is one more orthogonal rake system, ORS system, that's the ASA system. Usually people go for ORS system and they'll buy it. Whenever they buy, they will tell some, they'll give the details like side rack angle, back angle, leaf angle, cutting edge angle, all these things. So the shopkeeper or the seller will come to he'll understand the language that, and he'll give the size of the tool. See how the chips are formed. So whenever the tool, this single point cutting edge touches the workpiece, the chip will be the chips in the form of the form of ribbon or continuous. It will be take it will it is comes out in a three stages. One is there are three types of chips you can see there. One is segmental or discontinuous chips. Whenever tool in contact, sometimes small chips will come and will break. Once again, come break. There's a discontinuity in the chip. Some more in some materials there will be continuous form of ribbon, something like a thread. It will come out, keep on coming. In some case, continuous chip with built-up edges. I'll tell you built-up edges. Built-up edges means something like it will build the rough kind of surface for the workpiece. Whenever it removing the material, okay. So the workpiece will get something like a rough. Once again, it's a problem for cutting. So, so that regarding the another uh, next stage of chip formation, all these things will come out with the next PPT. I'll show you some details. So today's we'll stop at this stage. Any questions, any doubts you can ask, no problem.
No, sir.
Sorry, John,
Yes, sir.
any doubts?
No, sir. No, sir.
Rajeshwar, Siddharth,
Yes, sir.
any doubts?
No, sir.
Mahantesh, Gautam,
Yes, sir.
No,
any
no,
doubts?
No, sir.
Any doubts? Okay, right. So I'll share this PPT to you. Okay, you can have a look and you just learn this. Okay, this is very important. Single point cutting tool, learning the single point cutting tool and chip formation, very important question for the examination point of view. Okay, thank you. Take care.
thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.